Hey there, VCHHD students. My name's Andy. I'm a VC Health and Human Development teacher. This short video, we're looking at the VCAA 2025 HHD sample exam, question number 9, suggested sample answers. This is relevant for Unit 3 and 4 HHD for the 2025 plus HHD study design. Before we dive into this video today, just a reminder, there's a range of different ways you can engage with the Health Resources Hub. If you're on our YouTube channel at the moment, you can subscribe with the button in the bottom corner of the video there, and that means you'll get alerts to all of our new YouTube videos as they come out across the year, especially in the lead up to the HHD exam this year. We've also got our website, the HRH.net.au, where there's opportunities for HHD students and teachers, so please check that out. We've also got our Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook pages where you can follow us and get alerts to our new videos and other opportunities, and also our email info@hrh.net.au if you'd like to get in touch. Before we dive into this video, just a reminder, we've got some A+ course notes and practice questions available via our website, particularly if students are looking for some help in the lead up to the exam this year. So our course notes cover all the key concepts across Unit 3 and 4, all the different areas of study. If you head to our website, there's a student drop down where you can head to this page here and fill in this form, and we'll be in touch with how you can access those. There's also practice questions across all areas of study, easy, medium, and hard practice questions with sample answers for all of those. You can also fill in the form to get access to those. Okay, so we're looking at question 9 from the sample exam, and it was worth 4 marks. And you can see here it started with this infographic, so be a champion for #health for all, and then a picture, okay, of an individual, and it mentions, okay, that timely, affordable, and near you healthcare, okay, is something that people should be able to have access to essentially. So you've got to be able to look at an infographic like this, think about, okay, who it's relevant to. So you can see the World Health Organization logo on the right there, and what is it trying to say? And so you can see there then for A, okay, there was 1 mark allocated to identifying the overarching goal of the WHO, as reflected in the infographic shown above. So hopefully when you've been covering the WHO in class this year, you've been looking at goals and objectives of the WHO. Don't get that confused with the previous study design that was looking at, okay, the work of the WHO and the priorities of the WHO. So if you go back and look at past VCAA exams from 2018 to 2024, they'll often refer to the priorities and work of the WHO, but that's old study design language. This year and for 2025 plus, it's looking at the goals and the objectives. So here, okay, for this 1 mark, it was relatively straightforward. So the WHO's overarching goal is to promote, provide, and protect health and well-being for all people everywhere. And so you'll see there it mentions in that overarching goal, promote, provide, and protect health. And so these are essentially the 3 sub goals. We've done a video on this previously throughout the year. So if you haven't had a look at that, please go back and check that out. But promote health, provide health, and protect health are essentially the 3 sub goals of the WHO that you need to be across this year. So you'll see there considerations for this question identify as the same command term as sort of list or state. So you don't need to link it into the stimulus material. And then as WHO, that abbreviation is used in the question, it could be used in your response without being written out in full. So there's 1 mark for that overarching goal there. Okay, let's have a look then at part B. But before we do that, just a reminder, there is 1 more opportunity to join the ACE HHD exam revision session that I'm running this year. And so that's on the 15th of October. It's running online from 4 to 7:30, so you can join from anywhere in the state. I'll be covering section A and B exam advice and strategies, as well going over the key concepts across Unit 3 and 4. If you head to book.acevc.com, you can book a spot to that. You'll get sent a great set of notes in the post, but you can also bundle it together with the revision questions book that I've worked on with ACE this year. It's got over 500 marks worth of practice questions and sample answers, a full trial exam with sample answers, as well as a full chapter on section B, extended response questions with sample questions and answers for those as well. So that's at book.acevc.com. Okay, so then B was asking to describe how 1 WHO objective is demonstrated in the infographic shown above. That was worth 3 marks. And so as I was saying before, this year we're looking at, or for 2025 plus, we're looking at the WHO goals and objectives. And so each of those sub goals that I was talking about, to protect, provide, and promote health, has 2 objectives associated with it. So there's 6 different objectives you need to be across. And so this is asking you how 1 of those is demonstrated in the infographic. So just keep in mind that sometimes it'll be more than 1 potential objective could be the answer to a question like this. It's about how you justify it. So don't think, oh, I think there might be 2 different objectives that are relevant. That's definitely possible. Okay, so you could potentially choose either of those. It's how you justify it that'll ensure that you're achieving the full amount of marks of the question. And it's worth 3 marks, so you need to make sure you're including sufficient detail for 3 marks. And so when it comes to the sort of focus, obviously on access to healthcare, there's a couple of the objectives related to sort of provide health that are most relevant to this answer here. So you can see the sample answer I provided here says that the objective improve health service coverage and financial protection to address inequity and gender inequalities could be reflected in the infographic because as demonstrated, it needs to be affordable for all and near you, and that this objective mentions to improve health service coverages. So that means that services should be available close to people and also to improve financial protection, meaning that services should be affordable and not push people into poverty. So you can see there that sample answer is listing the objective and then linking it to the infographic and then justifying why the infographic is relevant to that objective. And so, as I mentioned there in the considerations, you need to make sure you're obviously making a clear link between the objective and the information in the infographic. And it could also potentially link to the other objective, advance the primary healthcare approach and essential health system capacities for universal health coverage. So you can see the suggested mark allocation, a mark for the correct objective, for the relevant information for the infographic, and then a link between them. So this is definitely a good, type of question to practice because the key skill related to the WHO goals and objectives is about being able to look at stimulus material like this and being able to make a link to those goals and objectives. So it's something that's worth practicing. Okay, hopefully you found this video useful. Just a reminder, if you're after that practice questions book so you can get more opportunities to practice questions like this, you can head to book.acvc.com or our website for those course notes and practice questions. Thanks so much.